Deactivated driver flew to Uber HQ to get reactivated.
He did. And this driver, okay, he did something that I thought was very smart. Okay. So this happens quite often, as we know, on just deactivations. Hey.
Yep.
Okay. Look, I'm going to say something is probably not going to be popular, but I do believe, okay, since we've been on the air for the last 3 years and a lot of work, the deactivation review process within the app has gotten much better. And I am not going to say it's not. Okay. One. However, at their scale, many thousands fall through the cracks. Okay. So this driver, he's been an Uber driver in Denver for nearly 7 years. Okay. Clocking over 20,000 rides. All right. So picks up a rider. And the rider fraudulently claims, that he was drunk. And immediately, Uber deactivates or suspends his account, which I understand why Uber does that, by the way. Okay? I mean, if the driver is drunk, you don't want the driver on the road. But now, the driver is probably going to be off the platform probably for 72 hours until he gets cleared. But with the new review process, is getting better. That's one. Two, this driver, what does he do? What does he do? Immediately, he starts thinking, all right, well, I can't work anymore. So he's driving by. You see this patrol car, right? He pulls up right next to the patrol car. He goes, officers. He goes, this is, by the way, he's Muslim. So he goes, this is against the religion to drive. So that's how stupid this deactivation is. I pulled up to these two officers, Sawadogo told us, and said, I'm drunk. Please tell me. You can't take me to jail. I'm going like, okay. He says the officers searched his car and administered him a roadside sobriety test. Instead of hauling him off for driving while intoxicated, they directed him to a 24-hour clinic to get a certified breathalyzer and drug test. Wonderful. And it's in the Uber app. You can get a blood test for free. Now, this goes back to, we have to prove our innocence as opposed to, right, innocent until proven guilty. Even though he filed, with the AI Power Review Center, which I just commended and said it works better, the company's decision remained firm. So they deactivated him, Chris. They deactivated him. So, and then they blocked his phone number altogether after a couple of review hits. So finally, his patience ran out. He decided, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go to California from Denver to see what those guys are doing. So he went to the San Francisco headquarters. I'm sure whoever's in San Francisco knows where the Uber offices and Lyft offices are. So he went to the office and then talked to the door person. And, they gave him the runaround. But long story short, after 2 visits to the HQ, he ended up with another person at the HQ. For him, within 10 minutes, his account was reactivated, but this took like months for this to happen. So another one that fell through the cracks, but I thought it was brilliant it wasn't brilliant that he went to, Uber HQ in SF, but I thought what he did with the officers was brilliant. He goes like, officer, take me in. I think I'm told I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I can't drink. It's against my religion, but I want to test, and he got tested, and he got back on, bro. That's perseverance right there.
Hey, everyone. Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past 1.5 years, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
Definitely. And hey, he wanted to drive. So crazy how it took 1 month to do. Secondly, these automatic review things should take into account and I've said this for the longest time, they should be taking into account how long you've been driving. So if you've been driving 6 hours already, there's no fucking way that you're drunk. There's no way that you're drinking.
If you
And
did
had
20
several
trips
passengers
already,
beforehand,
exactly.
you know, you may have taken 20 rides before, and all of a sudden this one, and then you're done. And it's like, I still have 4 or 5 hours left to go. So I mean, something like this, it really
Well,
needs to take
look,
into
man,
account beforehand
if
too.
AI is so good, right? And you look at my history, it's not my first trip that I got dinged on, right? I just did a trip, picked up another rider. I've done 15 trips that day, so nobody noticed that I was drunk, but this asshole rider noticed I was drunk, right? Come on, man. If I already did 15 trips
something like
and I
that,
all got 5 stars, nobody complained. How is this guy? Is just, it doesn't. They should have some sort of AI thing going,
exactly. That should be looking at it right away. And then if they got to flag it to a human review, that's where you take it to the trust and safety team or whatnot, and then they can call you and say, hey, look, we got a report that you were drunk. We see that you have been driving for the last 6 hours, so it doesn't make sense to us, but we need to check and verify because we just have to for safety protocol. And then that way they can kind of figure out on the phone or something and see what's going on. And then that way, you can still continue to drive on the platform after the fact. So, and take care of it right there. And then that way, they start busting these passengers. And that's what I think they should do. You get these breathalyzer or drug tests done. I think that they should charge the passenger and put it in passenger TOS. If you make a claim that your passenger is, or that your driver is drunk or under the influence or, smell of drugs or whatever, and they go get a drug test to prove their innocence, you will be charged for that test.
I hope so. I mean, look, you know how it is. They should first ask questions later. That's been like that for a decade. You have to prove your innocence. There are some more tools for you to do that. But with all the AI tools that they use to forward dispatch and matching algos and pricing algos and all these algos, right? Before you just kick the driver out, look at their algo. They can write an algo about, look at his, that day's trips. When he started his shift, how many trips has he done? Were there any other complaints about this driver? That's simple algo that you can write about.
I'll even give you one further that will definitely know if you've been driving under the influence, and that would be your telematics that's coming straight from your phone.
Yep.
Because if you start swerving, if you're stopping differently, if there's throwing a red flag that your driving is different than other days of driving, that could be a little bit of a red flag there. But if it's still the same exact driving that you've had constantly throughout, the last several weeks, you have the same stopping, the same go, the same, driving score, essentially, that should all be accounted for.
Dash cam.
Yeah. I mean, a dash cam can't tell though how much you've been drinking beforehand.
What else can I say? Dash cam. I mean, I know our deal with Nexar ended for 4 weeks, but I'm telling you guys, go get a Nexar, and I think the deal is still, going on with on the website, right? The Nexar RSG or RSG Nexar. You get it more. I mean, the sale is going on. Just you got to have a dash cam, man. All it takes is one. And it took this guy a trip to HQ to get reinstated. It shouldn't be that way.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.